Hi, I'm Louise and I'm here with my mum, Suzanne Gibbs, and today we're going to be making a basic biscuit dough. It's a fantastic foundational recipe to have in your repertoire because there's so much you can do with it. Turn it into lemon biscuits or orange biscuits, or you can make a little jam sandwich biscuit. We're using, of course, the special biscuit flour. It's a lovely soft flour so it can absorb the moisture and sugar better and it produce a softer biscuit. So there are two different ways of making a basic biscuit dough. You can either cream the butter and sugar in an electric mixer, or you can do it by hand. Great if you don't have an electric mixer, obviously. And that just involves taking chilled butter and using your fingers to create the breadcrumb texture. We'll show you how it's done.
Let's start. So we've got the flour measured, and I'm going to sieve it with my favourite little sieve, just nice and fine. A bit of baking powder in that. We like this method because it's quick and it doesn't really so much need chilling. Now, do you see what I'm doing? When I'm rubbing, I'm using just my fingertips, and I'm bringing the fingertips up beyond the edge of the bowl so that everything stays cool and the mixture stays aerated.
So we're using caster sugar here. It dissolves quicker, the caster sugar.
And I'm just lifting that up to mix it through.
There we go.
Make a little well in the centre. Open your egg. And use a knife or one of my metal spatulas like I've got here to start getting that in. So we've got it just to the point now where if I do that it's going to hold together. Get as much together now as I can. Into there, gather the last little bit.
Pull it all together.
Very little kneading for this, just enough to get it smooth, because you don't want to soften it too much.
Because it's a very warm day, we're just going to chill that for 15 minutes or so. So our biscuit dough has been in the fridge for 15 minutes, only because it's a hot day. If it was a nice cool day, we wouldn't have needed to worry about that. And now we're going to roll it out, and we have a host of different pastry cutters here, biscuit cutters. We've got all different shapes.
You might, when you're learning, again, it's easier to deal with a smaller lot of dough. So I've cut it in half so that I know I can handle it easily. Keep moving that around.
And you don't want to overhandle it, you want it to stay reasonably cool.
Okay, I think we're there and we're free from the... Notice how I'm constantly doing that and dragging a little bit of flour under. Okay, let's get cutting.
Now we're actually also going to cut some little holes out of some of our biscuits so that we can make jam biscuits, and then you put jam on the base and then the biscuit with the hole in it goes on top and you can see the jam through. It's very pretty. You just want that nice and centred.
I've got a little selection going here. So let's get these baking. About 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Keep an eye on them, it might be less. Even though you've set your oven temperature, as we've said, ovens do vary according to their temperature. So it's best to keep an eye on them and judge by your eyes rather than the timer. Well, these look just beautiful, Mum. You want them to be lovely and golden, not too pale in colour. They'll have a nice texture that way, and they'll actually last longer, they'll keep for longer. They won't get that saltiness that pale biscuits can have. So that's a perfect basic biscuit for you to make. So much you can do with it. We've got our two little biscuits here that you can put jam on top of one, and then that goes on top, and you've got a lovely jam-filled biscuit which looks just so delightful.
Dust them with a little icing sugar, very pretty.
Mum, why don't we each sneak one of these little centerpieces? Delicious.
Wonderful.
Very flaky, just like we like them.